It's Delia. That's me.
Hey Delia Boppers, welcome back to Baldur's Gate. I feel like some people would say I am in super over-analysis mode of this game, but let me tell you what I feel like girls want. Um, because as a girl, I know what I want in this video game. I want, and just in fantasy games in general, I want, more portraits of, gorgeous female characters without makeup, okay? For serious and looking realistically dressed for the setting. Okay. There's some characters that I can just be like, okay, legit. I can totally see this character being that way, but then there's other times when you're just like, come on. You know they just did that for the straight guys playing the game, and it's like if you're a gay girl playing the game, I feel like it's valid to you know, enjoy any of the pretty girls in the game being there just as much as any, dude gamer, is going to enjoy the fact that there's pretty girls in the game. And it's cool if you're a chick who's super into makeup and rad looks and stuff to just pick out a character that you're just like, oh shit, look at this rad fashion plate. You feel like it's a little Mary Sue-ish, you feel almost if you're the kind of girl that me and my friend who was an English major are when it comes to analyzing shit. And you held similar viewpoints as we did back in the day before we realized that it was oh wait, we are also allowed. I have to go all the way back around. We're also allowed to have characters that are super awesome superhero characters to relate to in fiction and badass and all the pretty and just all the superpowers and everyone loves them and all that stuff because guys have these characters. I feel like it's most characters in fiction that you see there guys characters that are I feel like you could codify a trope about this. There probably already is one. But I just remembered I had this ex once that could not stand me just analyzing tropes in shit, but just my friends and I are just like this. And this has just held true for me wherever I've made friends. It's just it's weird. It feels like finding new sets of the same people because we all just this is the stuff that interests us to talk about, because it's important stuff to talk about. It's important to analyze media and art.
I am ready.
But anyway, I feel like girls want more character portraits of women looking gorgeous and flawless without makeup in video games in settings where maybe there would be more women not wearing makeup, more body type representation because I feel like every woman in this game has the same body type. Well, with exceptions for a dwarfy looking woman or having different body proportions or a halfling woman. I feel like there's those differences, but I feel almost I need to see the halflings in this video game again because I feel like in one of the games in the series, they were just so totally and completely of the parts of the Bakshi Lord of the Rings where you were expecting the halflings to be just proportioned averagely but small people the way that they're supposed to be in D&D. But you're oh, well, these look like people who are in real life foreshortened people, and it's I feel like these are the proportions that the halflings had in one of the video games in this series. And I feel like that's just that's not the way that halflings are usually depicted in D&D. They're usually supposed to be super spry, nimble, quick little people with just the same proportions as an averagely proportioned adult, I guess I would say. But like, I want to see which of those depictions is in this game because I cannot remember. I know in Neverwhere Nights they did it like sort of by the book, but like in these games it seemed like they were trying to like channel Bakshi Hobbit vibes or Rankin Bass, even the way that that was sort of drawn, where everyone had like really chibi-ish proportions. I would say in the Bakshi, not the Bakshi, but the Rankin Bass, the Hobbit, and Return of the King. So this is useful. This is super awesome for a spellcaster. I'm gonna give it to Leandra to replace this necklace that does not do anything. I'm just carrying it around to sell later, and because it's pretty. But like, now she gets one more level 2 spell, and like, I feel like the difference between her like 1868 strength and 18 odd strength, like, that feels like so negligible for the spell, but like, it could let Emoing carry more stuff. Oh, look, she even has strength memorized. Why didn't I think of that earlier? It could have enabled her to carry more stuff, but like, it does make a difference, I guess, so I guess I'll memorize that one. But like, these are just generally the things I want to see in my video games. But like, looking at the games in the Mass Effect series as just BioWare games, you can see that there is an improvement. Especially like by Mass Effect 3, you're actually getting like good solid queer representation in a video game, although there was still room for improvement. But like, it was there, which was cool. And like, I still feel though, I don't know if I feel like a lot of games pay as much attention to the romance options for female characters as they do for male characters, but it could also be because I am a woman who likes other women, and like, so I'm always looking for gay romance options for female characters. I don't feel like these are here in this game. They could have updated it for all I know. They could have added something, or it could have been there all along and I just didn't know. But I'm pretty sure that like the first time people made a fuss about like a lesbian character in a video game was with Liara in Mass Effect. Like, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that was the first time I remember someone making a fuss about it. And here's the thing. You don't get a such thing as having a lesbian character just pop up in a video game and not have someone make a big deal about it. I feel like this stuff is light. I'm still not picking up the axes and the armor. I feel like that would just be ridiculous. But like, okay, so here's a portal. I just like, I don't like that, like, I feel like I am torn between two portals. There's a portal here, and there's a portal here, but like, to be fair, I mean, a portal is a portal, and then there's also like this area that I haven't seen. I imagine that like, I probably have to go to all of these places. That's just the way it seems like the game would be made. Who do I not have over here with me? Everyone, get your butts over here. I know I do. Wait, that's 5 characters. I'm not supposed to be looking for 6 little circles, just 5. So how am I too far away to use that? It's everyone's right next to it. Who has to be closer?
Speak.
Who has the key? I'm just gonna like start testing characters. I could, oh, there we go. I was gonna say I could do the smart thing.
Oh, there is sanity in all madness. If you are not
Hello.
in league with the evil that dwells in this unholy place, Yoshimo begs your assistance.
There's so many NPCs in Baldur's Gate. I feel like NPCs are just jumping down my throat at like such a rapid rate. But like, I could use a hand, to be fair. A fair line easily used by servants of the wizard themselves. We have been imprisoned and worse, and given many reasons to distrust strangers we encounter. See if I could do that accent that Jaheira has. I don't know what that accent is called. I mean, she's a half-elf druid in a fantasy world, so it could be like... But I figure it's based off something, you know? And I just don't know. I share your sentiments. I have seen much here that has disturbed me. I myself am a warrior with no evil intentions. Please, I would welcome any assistance you might offer. I like how it's like, okay, though, I'm gonna be real about this. I'm gonna play this the way a girl would play this, because, like, Jaheira's, like, her intuition is tingling, and, like, they've, like, spent some time together adventuring in Baldur's Gate 1, so, like, Leandra totally has mad respect for Jaheira's intuition. So I don't trust this dude. I feel like he seems skeezy and like he could totally be a servant of the wizard, and like I don't believe him, and he needs to stand back if he wishes to live. I am no fiend, I am Yoshimo. You know Yoshimo, and it's like I love how there's an option here that's like the Yoshimo feared by all, and I'm like, is this here because Yoshimo is actually like a known character that like people think of as like in some regard, or apparently like to be feared, or is it just like, is it like sarcastic, or like is he boasting, or like I feel like I'm just like sorry dude, I have no idea who you are. Yeah, I'm new around here, I guess. Athkatla, that's the city of coin, right? A merchant city in Alm. We come from the Sword Coast, a ways to the north. Why do you think we're in Athkatla? Oh, yeah, that's a bit far from where they were, I guess. I am unsure. I may have been drugged when I was brought here. I may have been unconscious. Either way, I do not know how long. If it was the former, this place could be anywhere. If it was the latter, then I don't imagine that I could have traveled very far without noticing. Then you too know the hardship of being set into a maze like a helpless hamster. We are comrades in peril. Boo asks what you propose we do next, little man. I do not know a way to escape this place. Perhaps we could search for this exit together. Oh gosh, why? Boo. I mean, means. Why am I blaming the hamster? Why are we still talking with this guy? I guess, well, we're getting some information from him, so I guess the conversation is kind of fruitful. Even if it seems like, I feel like the other characters, aside from Jaheira, just feel like they're being a little naive to me. But, like, I'll be better off navigating this place without you. I would be pleased to have you join me. I welcome another companion, but I have a few questions first. Am I being, like, super paranoid? Because I feel like I don't know who this guy is. I am in a strange place where I've been captured. He's roaming around free. I feel like the odds that he could be, like, someone who's gonna stab me in the back or something are high. And so I'm just like, I feel like I'm not gonna... Oh, okay. Oh, geez, a warning. Oh, he's telling... Okay, there's... In the next chamber, there are 4 portals. Each of them releases little cackling fiends which try to kill him. These little beasties keep coming in through the portals. Perhaps if the portals are destroyed, one could defeat the beasts that have already come through. One more thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, you will find a wide hall before too long that contains several wands mounted on pedestals. If you walk before these wands, you may be killed. The wands are locked onto the pedestals, and you would do well to search out the keys and take down the wands before walking through the hall. Again, I say farewell. Alright, I guess he's gonna, like, that's kind of creepy that he's just gonna follow the path that we clear for him. Okay, that's lazy. That's super duper lazy. Like, in addition to not wearing makeup today, I started earlier with my hair just, like, completely wet out of the shower. It's still damp, so it's super poofy, usual glamorousness, but, like, once again, I still feel pretty today, so...
Evil stands aside.
You know, that was like a thing, I feel like in the 90s. You went to efforts to like put product in your hair to get like the wet look. There's the like early 2000s, late 90s. I feel like it was like a late 90s thing. Everyone wanted that look of like just like looking like your hair was just saturated in gel or mousse and just like all day it looked like you had just come out of the shower. So that was a fashion at a point in time. So, okay, I guess we have to destroy the actual portal where they're coming from, so like, I could just start aiming spells at them, and there's a method over by that one, and I'm not going to risk hitting my party this way, so this looks like an appropriate place for a fireball. I don't know why it's being all finicky about me trying to cast it. Oh shit, well, I guess now. I think that means she's asleep. Oh shit, like, yeah, that's what that means. 3 members of the party are asleep. And, like, are you even holding a weapon? Good. But, like, fuck. I feel like they're about to die. When was the last time I saved this game? There's not very much that she can do on her own in here. It's like... So the portals are just going to conjure more mephits, or mephits, or however you pronounce that word. And, like, so I have to take out the portals, but meanwhile, several of my characters are here sleeping. But wait, I thought... Okay, hang on a second, because I thought a sleeping character... I thought a sleeping character was, like, instant hit, instant kill... if someone attacked it, and it seems like those mephits have been like trying to attack for a minute, and like they shouldn't be missing if they're asleep, should they? Am I misreading the little symbol there? I still don't know where you find that, by the way. Like, I feel like there was a long time ago when I knew where to find the information I'm looking for. But like, I was so used to back then to having that the little plastic sheet that like came with the game that told you all that stuff. But like, I feel like that means that they're asleep. I'm not complaining that they're not dead yet. Are they busy attacking a different character because they could just be strategically as dumb as a box of rocks? But, like, okay, so we have Emoing alive and Jahira alive. I guess Jahira is trying to heal herself now. Or she's gonna lose the spell for being attacked. Oh. Gosh. What's up with Leandra now? Leandra is something else in addition to being asleep, but I have no idea what that one means. I don't remember whatsoever at all. Is it in a different section? Like, it's not going to show me in the inventory, it's not going to show me in the journal. It's definitely, the world map makes no sense at all. You would think that, like, it would be somewhere in the character record, that, like, it would tell you what effect they're under. I feel like it used to be there. I feel like you just scroll down and it would, like, show you the symbols and, like, it would say what they meant. So, like... I feel like I've looked in all of these places and it's just like there's nothing there. Oh no. No, just like nothing. Absolutely nothing. No information whatsoever on what these status afflictions are. Oh, wait, she doesn't have any. Hang on a second, but I feel like I've several times in this playthrough already, maybe even in the... Whoa, okay, there they are. Never mind. They're like right here. I wonder how many times this thing's been just like staring at me in the face, and like people watching the video are just like, Delia, they're right there. Are you blind? And it's like, no, but like I could use glasses. I'm nearsighted. But like bark skin, okay, well that's good. Sleep is not good. Bark skin is good, but sleep is not good because I mean with sleep I don't think the bark skin really matters very much. It's like, if they're gonna hit you, they're gonna hit you. How can I recover from this? First off, no one's asleep anymore, so I feel like this is gonna take a more serious potion than that. Oh my gosh, so like, I wonder how like wounds heal in D&D, like, if someone... Oh gosh, who needs this for? Oh... I feel like she's got lower AC, so she's just a little bit more likely to keep getting hit. Plus, like, I could always have someone guzzle down a couple of potions. Like, I literally have 7 of these. Oh, look, an Emoin's carrying some. She doesn't need these. Not at the moment, anyway. I'm that player that just, like, tosses potions around throughout the party. I don't understand the quick item slots because I guess maybe it's like, okay, for scrolls and wands and shit like that, totally. But for other potions, yeah, sure, totally. But like for healing potions, it's like you just keep tossing them back and forth as people need them anyway, right? Every now and then you have that character that's just like a little bit more likely to get hit, right? But like for the most part, everyone needs them from every time to time. Maybe I just don't pay close enough attention to strategize it properly. I'm sure some like dude gamer would say maybe, but like I feel as though it's the luck of the dice. Like, let's be real. There's no way to seriously strategize that. You're just going to be tossing potions back and forth if they're healing potions throughout the party. So what is the point of even putting them in the quick item slots? If it's like giant strength or something, you're like, okay, well that's probably for the fighter. I really should like... Oh, I feel like I just changed her orders as opposed to queuing the spells up. I wish that I could queue the spells up. What's she casting next? What is that? I don't know what that spell is. Oh shit, that's one of her like... Oh, I think that was like a smite thing. I think that's one of her abilities for being like a child of a deity. It's not really clearly laid out or anything, but like I feel like that's probably what that's for. I feel like that's just an ability that the character gets because of their heritage. So, I know why I'm focusing so much on the Mephits, because I really do need... I pronounce that word so arbitrarily, by the way, but like I really do need to take out the Mephit portals, because if I don't, they're just gonna keep spawning more. So... Oh my gosh. I feel like when you have to assign the healer to actually start healing instead of bashing enemies in, it's a moment that it's a sign that's like, oh shit, things are getting real. Like, Leandra needs healing, Minsk needs healing, everyone needs healing, Jesus. Oh my gosh. This fight is getting... Well, I mean, it's just getting a little bit, like, lengthy and wearying. I always worry when, like, Entangle gets, like, cast into an area that it's like I want to cast it into an area that I know enemies are going to be waiting in, not an area that I'm waiting into necessarily. Like, I want to cast it and hold back. Like, that's what I like to do with Entangle. I like to cast it with other area of effect spells and just like stack it all up on the enemies. But like in small quarters like this, I'm not sure if it's as good of a spell to have memorized. So like, I'm gonna take it off, and I'm just gonna like put more Cure Light Wounds on here, and maybe like Bless, cause like that's never a bad spell to have. It does something with your saving throws or some bonus to something or other. So, you know, it's a buffing spell, so it's good to have. But like, oh my gosh. I feel like that's what whatever that spray is, I feel like that's something that the Mephit was doing that was putting the characters to sleep. Or maybe that was the one that blinded them, because one of them was blind for a moment. I feel like it was Leandra. I feel like Leandra went blind for a moment. That's gotta be like incredibly frightening to just suddenly happen in the middle of a combat situation, right? I mean, like, I feel like being blind in a combat situation would be frightening anyway, but I don't know anyone blind, I think, who could, like, I could ask the opinion of, who's been in, like, a really frightening combat situation. Just, like, off the top of my head, I'm not sure, but, like, I know people whose seeing without glasses is so horrible that, like, I guess it would qualify as, like, blind, and, like, if they didn't have their glasses and were in a fight, then it would be, like, I can imagine that would be super horrifying. But I'm just talking about, like, imagining, like, everything suddenly goes to, like, nothing, you can't see a thing. Or it could just be, like, so blurry that, like, you literally can't make out any detail. Whatever it is, it's just, like, a world of disorienting color or blackness all of a sudden. Probably disorienting color because of the way that the spell works, but whatever it is, you can't see. You have no idea what's going on around you. You have to rely suddenly on all of your other senses for something that requires hand-eye coordination, I would presume, to like fight. But I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that there are blind people who are very good at fighting. But, like, all the same, it just, like, it seems like to just suddenly be very blind would be incredibly terrifying in a combat situation, and I feel like being blind at all would be. But being in a combat situation is terrifying anyway. So, it probably just, like, it's gonna make it terrifying in different ways, differing extents, but, like, it's just gonna be terrifying anyway. That's one of the things that, like, I had a teacher, I don't remember, like, what grade or what teacher, but, like, I had a teacher one time who, for some reason, decided to talk about the class, talk to the class about how you have these characters in, like, super action movies and stuff like that, and video games, that's, like, the level of stresses they go through would like, realistically kill a person. And it's just, like, it's totally unrealistic. Like, James Bond, for example, or, like, I guess Archer would be, like, a really good example, too. But, like, really every character in that show. But, like, I feel like that's a D&D character's life, to be honest with you, just being thrust into, like, life or death situations so much. Because it's, like, it's so real this time. And, like, I can't remember if Kali was an elf as well, but I feel like he was, or a half-elf, because Jahira's a half-elf, isn't she? But, like, I feel like he was an elf or a half-elf or something. But I feel like a half-elf you can use Raise Dead on, but, like, an elf you can only use Resurrection on. And Resurrection is, like, that's so ridiculously rare to be able to access that. You have to be either ridiculously high level or it's ridiculously expensive. Like, we can't do this right now. Which basically makes it a null point. Oh dear. Oh, gosh. Oh my gosh, I don't want to, like, be in denial. Oh shit, she's in her feelings about this? That's valid. That's so valid. This is a tragedy. Now, not only has this Irenicus character violated several of our characters and, like, is, like, just an overall disgusting human being, he has now also killed this thing. Of course, I mean, like, he keeps living beings magically suspended in this, like, weird state between life and death to punish them for like little slights and stuff like that. This character is just like ew. He's a misogynist, violent megalomaniac is how I'm analyzing him at this point. I really, 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 really hate this villain. A brave man has fallen here, but that is no cause to hurl insults at the living. Here, Boo shall comfort you. Imbecile, affront to nature, what do you and your rodent know? What can you know? Oh gosh. She is very, very in her feelings. I like that she's being portrayed in a very, like... She has depth and emotions and character. Damn. She's really, really, really torn up, and she is like... she looks like she might be having a bit of like a BPD moment over this. Like, she's seriously traumatized right now. And she's lashing out at the people around her, but like, I feel like they're trying to lean and comfort her, and she doesn't want it, and like, that's valid, but she doesn't have to be like, she doesn't have to lash out. But I also know that's why I feel like when I'm on those 12 days of the month I take my progesterone. Like I was talking about that earlier. That's what I feel like. I feel like a bitch, but at the same time, I'm like, but my feelings are valid. Because I know that like all my other ladies would be right there to be like, hell yeah, they are. Oh gosh. Oh, and look, she's even like she's doing a religious thing now as a druid. I feel like she acts a little bit more like she seems more like a priest of like a priestess of this nature deity. I feel like druids should be a little bit different from that. But I guess that's how they get played out a lot of the time, and I guess that's a little bit more similar to like the druids of Celtic culture. Take this man to what he justly deserves by nature's will. What was given is returned. What was turmoil is now peace. I shouldn't be laughing at this line. I'm so sorry, but she is. It's like she seems like she's being given some depth of character. But like, oh my gosh, her lover has been killed. It's a straight couple though. It's not lesbians. They wrote that character as a dude. That was like her husband. So like it's straight characters. It's not lesbians. Like it's like, at least if there's no lesbian representation in the game, at least it comes with knowing that there's not going to be a moment of like the lesbian partner gets killed off like they always arbitrarily do. In this case, it's still very sad, but it's a straight couple and not a lesbian couple. Oh my gosh, we must get out of this grave and seek the light. She's really torn up too. I mean, that's super traumatizing. Your husband was murdered. Okay, that's valid. It's like you have a right to feel very traumatized. You have every single right. But like she's also powering through this. She's trying to just sort of keep trucking, and I know what that feels like too. When you want to mourn, but you just like have to keep trucking. She's also I feel like she's trying to demonstrate herself as like a strong female character. Like she has her emotions and like she feels them and she releases them, and she doesn't take people's bullshit. So I like her so far. Oh gosh, I don't feel like I should be mean to her. I feel like... Oh gosh. Oh, the buy has been desecrated. I guess there's things that you can do to a buy that you can't raise it. Oh well. Alright. Oh gosh, that's such a mean thing to say. What if it's like valid though? What if she was like hoping something would happen to him? Alright, we won't disturb the body any further. We'll just honor him with our future deeds. Till next time, be your most beautiful you.